just what's he playing at? Let's begin. Now, of course I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that there's a cost of living crisis going on at the moment, with prices reaching sky-high levels. Not to mention, of course, both an energy and, of course, a housing crisis as well, where if you actually want to buy a house now, it appears you'll either need to win the lottery or be born with a silver spoon up your bottom just to afford the deposit. But believe it or not, the government did kind of have a plan to deal with a lot of this. That is until it looks like Rishi caved in, if this story is anything to go by.
Oh really? Well, if you think you can do a better job, then why don't you run the country then? Oh, I hate the smug one.
Well, that's a fantastic idea. Although I can probably think of a few people, actually probably quite a lot of lefty people, who probably wouldn't like me doing the job very much. So in that case, why not click that subscribe button down there to see, if it may help. The article says that hundreds of thousands of Brits could miss out on their dream home because Rishi Sunak caved in to NIMBY MPs. Housing chiefs have warned. Last week, Michael Gove binned mandatory house building targets for town halls in the face of a Tory backbench rebellion, in a major win for MPs who hate new developments in their neighbourhood. Centrally determined targets will now be advisory only. And this week, builders warned the catastrophic move will become a potential £17 billion cost to the economy. In a scathing letter to the government's economy watchdog, seen by The Sun, they claimed that 100,000 fewer homes will likely be built as a result. Well, isn't this just great? No doubt, of course, adding to their flushing the country down the toilet approach, I'm guessing. Because let's face it, if the targets were stuck to, then loads more properties would be built, therefore creating more jobs, opportunities for first-time buyers, and therefore may even help out with the cost of living crisis a bit. Not only that, of course, but it will also help with people who actually want to rent somewhere. I mean, have you seen the prices on Rightmove lately? They've gone through the roof, in my opinion anyway, and perhaps, after creating those jobs, the government might get a bit more tax coming in. But no, of course not. I'm guessing that would be too easy for them, wouldn't it? Either that, or perhaps there's always the chance that Rishi didn't really want to upset his backbenchers, as they're the only ones in the country who basically voted him in, aren't they? But of course, it could be wrong. The government wants Britain to construct 300,000 new homes each year to tackle with the crippling housing crisis, but industry thinks that numbers will only hit a woeful 140,000 now. A housing insider said the industry feels that the government has surrendered to a few backbenchers. The people who will pay the price are the brickies and plumbers who will lose their jobs, and the young families who won't get their first step on the housing ladder. It does seem quite hypocritical of the government, doesn't it? I mean, they often try to make out that they're doing everything, of course they can, to help us out, yet at the same time they are preventing more people from getting jobs, buying houses, and still failing to deal with the housing crisis by doing this, in my opinion anyway. But in this video you'll see that the government may also need to sort out the police's approach a bit more. Anyway, subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one.